Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome, dear students. Dear students, we are resuming our lectures from the previous slides. This table contains different sort of risk and their associated strategies. For example, organizational financial problems. This is very serious risk in which organization goes into financial problem. So, what should be the strategies that can be used to resolve the risk? Prepare a brief document for senior management showing how the project is making a very important contribution to the goal of the business. Here, we should in fact identify different goals of the business about the products. So we have to maintain a brief documents for the senior management which showing that the project is making a good contribution for the business goal of the organization. Next is the recruitment problems. For example, the skilled person is very much difficult to be identified in the market, or we are unable to hire the skillful people. So then the recruitment problems may occur. So alert customer of the potential difficulties. First of all, we have to alert customer about this difficulties that we are lacking with the recruitment problems and the possibility of delays that the project may be delayed and investigate buying in components. So if the skilled person is not available, the alternative is to buy in components. We have to buy the built-in components from the web. So there are many websites where they are selling their built-in component. You have just download and integrate that component with the current projects. This will work. Staff illness. Staff illness is also very serious risk in which the key staff become ill due to the illness problem. So what is the strategy to resolve the staff illness problem? To reorganize teams so that there is more overlap of work and people therefore understand each other's job. So the project manager has to constantly overlap the task of the people so that they become experts on each and every task during the software development. So by this way, if one programmer leave the project or he or she is ill, so then the other programmer may join the programming. Defective components. Defective components means those components which are defective, and there are certain errors or defects in these components. So replace potentially defective components with the bought-in components of a known reliability. So better is to replace the defect components with the bought-in components. Bought-in components means all these components which are available on the internet, and we can buy these components and just we will integrate them with our current system, but they must be of high reliability. So that components must be reliable. Another risk and its strategy is the requirement changes. Requirement change means that suddenly the new requirements change or the new requirements comes with us and the previous requirements are discarded. So by this way, what should be the strategy? Derive traceability information to assess requirement change impact and maximize information hiding in the design. Basically, we should create the traceability matrix in which the requirements can be notified to all the stakeholders that the particular requirement has been changed. And also we should specify the impact of the requirement changes. So we should say that this requirement change will seriously affect the quality, cost, and also the schedule of the project. So everyone should be aware of it. And then maximize the information adding in the designs. We should abstractly create the designs and should hide the informations. If later on requirement change, we can add new classes with the current designs and then the software will be updated easily. Organizational restructuring. If suddenly the previous organization change and new management comes with different priority, then this will affect the project. So prepare a brief document for senior management showing how the project is making a very important contribution to the goal of the business. So the employees should always prepare a brief document for their senior management and they should convince their senior management that we are in fact making a good contribution to the business goal. Then they will not change the organization structure. Database performance. Database performance means if the database which we are using in our project is very much slow and they are not performing well, then this will be the database performance risk. So if we have to investigate the possibility of buying a higher performance database. Usually the software becomes slower because of the database issues. So always buy a good quality database engines. Underestimated development time. If we have the time issues and the time is underestimated, then we have to investigate buying in components, investigate use of a program generator. So all the if we want to save the time, we have to buy all these components from market which are of the good quality, and we have to investigate how to use the program generator so that some code may be generated automatically while the other codes we can add in this particular tools. So we have to use the program generator tools so that it can save our times and automatically will generate some code. Now, risk monitoring. Risk monitoring is a task where we have to monitor the risk constantly so that and regularly so that the risk may become less or more probable. So, project manager has to monitor the risk regularly so that he may in fact becomes aware that the current risks which are of the low quality, low probability, it may become high probable. So also assesses whether the effects of the risk have changed. Sometimes the risk is not very much serious, it is tolerable, but on another month it becomes very much serious. So then we have to monitor the risk. Each key risk should be discussed at the project progress meeting. So when we have the project progress meeting, so manager must have to discuss the each and every phase and each and every risk here. So these are the indicators of the risk, that risk types, technology, people, organization, tools, and requirement change estimation. So technology changes. So late delivery of hardware or support software, many reported technology problems. This is the indicator that the technology risk will arise if we are very much late with the hardwares and also support softwares and may report technology problems. People risk. Poor staff morale. If the morale of the people are very much poor and poor relation among the team members, if there is no good relation among the team members and also the job availability problem, then the people risk may occur. So we should always keep our people happy and also we have to encourage our people so that they can work with the good satisfaction. Organizational tools. So organizational gossips, lack of action by senior management. So organization risk may occur if there is the organizational gossip. Organizational gossip means there is some sort of the politics in the organization and there is leg pulling or fighting with each other. Then the organizational problems may arise. But this is the, in fact, the reason because lack of action by senior management. Senior management do not take any action against such people who create problems for the other employees. Tools underperformance. So reluctance by team members to use tools. Complaints about the case tool, demands for high powered workstations. So we should use the tools and the tools should be of the higher quality and there if the tools there are a lot of complaints about the tools and also the people are demanding for high power workstations. Workstation means that working computers through on which we do the software development. If our programmers are always demands for high power workstation, then the tools underperformance problem may occur. Requirements change. So many requirement change request. If there are many customers who are want to change the requirements because they have wrongly specified the requirement in the first and now they are changing the requirements. So then the customer complains, then these are the indicators that requirement change has been occurred. Then we have the estimation. This is the size estimation problem. Failure to meet agreed schedule, failure to clear the reported defects. For example, schedule overrun is the estimation risk. Similarly, the number of defects occurring during the development of the project is also estimation risk. We have wrongly estimated that so many defects will not occur, but now there are many defects are occurring, so that will delay the project. Dear student, this is the end of this lecture and also end of this topic. Um, if you have any question, you can ask through an email. My email is m.kadim@kust.edu.pk, and all these informations are taken from the Software Engineering by Ayn Samarwal 8th edition book. If you want to read more, you can read this book, but these slides are also sufficient. Thank you very much.